Welcome to Murder Tale Shorts, thrilling, chilling true crime at its bloody best. I'm HN Lloyd. In this video, I'll tell you another true life tale of love gone murderously wrong, taken from the pages of Murder Tales, The Hangman's Tale. Ruth Ellis was born Ruth Nielsen in the Welsh seaside resort of Rhyl in 1926. She moved to London, where she became a nude model, a nightclub hostess and a high-class call girl. She married an alcoholic dentist by the name of Ellis, but the relationship was abusive and they eventually divorced. In 1953 she became the manager of the Little Club in Knightsbridge, where she met the two men who would lead her to the gallows, David Blakely and Desmond Cousins. 25-year-old David Blakely was a dashing public school educated racing car driver. He was also a violent alcoholic. Within weeks of meeting Ruth, he had moved into her flat. The relationship was littered with incidents of domestic violence. When Ruth fell pregnant with Blakely's child, he responded by punching Ruth in the stomach and she miscarried. Nevertheless, Ruth was besotted with David Blakely. Ruth was also in a relationship with former RAF officer Desmond Cousins. He became obsessed with Ruth. When Ruth split up with David Blakely, she used to go to Desmond Cousins for solace. During the Easter weekend of 1955, Desmond Cousins gave Ruth a gun, taught her how to fire it, and subtly suggested that she should take the ultimate revenge on David Blakely. Late that evening, he drove Ruth to the place where he believed Desmond Cousins would be. Ruth eventually tracked David Blakely down to the Magdala public house in South Hill Park. As Blakely left with his friend Clive Gunnell, Ruth emerged from the shadows and shot Blakely 4 times. She was then quickly arrested by an off-duty police officer. At her murder trial at the Old Bailey in June 1955, the prosecutor Christmas Humphreys asked Ruth Ellis just one question. When you fired the revolver at close range into the body of David Blakely, what did you intend to do? Ruth Ellis answered, "It's obvious when I shot him, I intended to kill him." This reply guaranteed that she would be found guilty of David Blakely's murder and was handed down a mandatory death sentence. Ruth Ellis became the last woman to ever be hung in the United Kingdom on the 13th of July 1955. For a much more detailed account of this seminal case, you should read Murder Tales, The Hangman's Tales, available exclusively from Amazon. And don't forget to subscribe to the Murder Tales podcast. Until next time, don't have nightmares.